Hi Creeker parents, this is Piper with another Pointers to Parents. This one on a very important topic, homesickness, something that happens at every camp all over the country as well as Camp Lantern Creek. So how do we deal with homesickness? We think it's very important that parents and camp have the same thought process and the same priorities in dealing with this. So the first thing that we do at camp is try and prevent homesickness. And we do this quite honestly by making camp so fun and keeping the campers active and busy and engaged. So that's our first line of defense. We also train our staff for a week and a half before camp starts, and one of the major topics is dealing with homesickness because we know how important it is. Now, because at Camp Lantern Creek we teach emotional intelligence, one of the things that we make sure we train our staff on in dealing with homesickness, in which they're the first line of defense. So campers will go to their counselor, or the counselor will notice that a camper is feeling weepy or sad, and we acknowledge that it's quite honestly a great thing to be from a home that you miss and love so much. That's a great feeling. The other thing that we teach them to do is to try and let the camper know that they can actually miss home, feel bad about not being there, but be here at camp having fun. Their parents put them at Camp Lantern Creek for a reason. They feel that they're safe there and going to be well taken care of, and that's what's most important for them. So when a camper does get homesick and the counselors deal with it, they will come up with a plan with their camper to decide what is best for them, because no two homesick campers look the same. So it might be making a plan for writing a letter home, or setting a goal to make a new friend within the next 2 hours, or meeting someone new, or trying a new activity the next morning and then going back to tell the counselor about it. Those are all little things that we might give the counselor to do and put in their toolbox to pull out when needed. If it persists and the counselor and camper are still struggling and haven't come up with a great solution, then the counselor will come to a director and we will step in and try and help make a different plan for that camper. Now, that might look very similar, or it might look very different. So it might be that I say to a camper that I'm going to check in with you at lunch and we're going to see if this plan's working, of you being engaged, having a buddy, or trying something new, if that has helped. If that isn't quite the solution, then one of the directors will call you, the parent, because you are the expert on this camper. And we will engage you to give us some language that you think will encourage the camper to keep pushing through. The reason that we do this is because we want the camper to know that we reach out to you, and we want you to know that this camper is struggling and we can help brainstorm together. The one thing that we really insist that we do not do is to put the camper on the phone with the parent. Now, we don't do this to restrict the communication. Of course, it is your child. However, we do think that putting you on the phone with a homesick camper will quite honestly be the beginning of the end. We've seen it happen. And we always try and give this camper every opportunity to push through the homesickness, show that courage, dig deep for your emotional strength, and get through it, because we know it'll be a memorable experience at the end. Not to mention the fact of what a great chance for your camper to see that without the help of a parent, they were able to get through a difficult time. It's really important for kids these days to understand that they can rely on others that they trust to use their resources around them to get through a difficult time. So the other last piece of this is, I want to remind all new parents out there that your first letter home from your camper might be a tough one. Generally, if you haven't heard from us, no news is good news, and by the time you've received that letter in the mail, the problem is already resolved, the camper's engaged and happy. If you ever do get a letter that concerns you, you're welcome to call our office. We will immediately go check on that camper, get more information from their counselors and the counselors that teach them and live with them, and see how they're doing. And then we'll call you back and report back, hopefully within the next few hours, and definitely by the next day. It's a goal that we take very seriously to keep our campers engaged, happy, and striving to be a better young woman. And that is part of it. Homesickness is a part of it. Anyway, we thank you again for watching and hope this was helpful. Have a good one.